Welcome back. All right, now, so the next adjustment we're making, we just finished doing adjustment on screen sizes below 560. But then if I go 500 below, a lot of things will actually have changed. Some things will not be aligned. So the next one I'm doing now is for screen, let me look at what it looks like below 500. Can see that first of all, I will need more margin by the left and right here. Let me see what else. No much adjustment though. um Success stories. Okay, now if you look at this now, the images are already overshooting the div and even the section, so that's another adjustment that we need to make. And I think those are just the two things, and maybe a few more things. All right, so I have here getting close to the goal, so I'll just add a little adjustment for the carousel div. All right, so I first of all define my media query as usual, and inside the bracket max width of 500 pixel. Right, so the carousel now, I'm giving it a padding left. I'm removing the padding left and padding right. I'm removing it totally. And for the image inside, I'm shifting it. I'm removing the margin left. I think initially there was a margin left property that I added to it initially, so I want to remove it totally now so it can balance back. So I save, and can you see it's adjusted now? So from 500, everything is fine. Up to 5, I think up to that, up to 450, everything is fine. But if I keep shrinking down, some things again will be misplaced. We can still manage this we can still manage this one for now, this advert for now. But so in the next one now, I'm adding a styling instruction for screen sizes below 450 pixel. So the first thing I'm adjusting is the WhatsApp logo. I'm increasing the width. Right, so I'll save. Let's shrink below 450. Currently we're above 450, so I'm going to bring it up to 403, just a bit above 400. All right, that's 405. So the WhatsApp logo, can you see it's shrinking totally now? But when I refresh the page, when I reload the page, it has increased, at least reasonably. All right, next, the advert. I talked about it already. I'm adding the padding left and the padding right property to it, so it's just going to align back. Aside that, I'm adding to the success stories as well. I'm giving it padding left, and I'm increasing the width to 100%. Currently, let's look at what we have on success stories. Okay, I'm increasing the width to 100%, and I'm adjusting the padding left. So let's save and see the effect on this. All right, can you see it's more aligned to the left, so it can contain more content by the right. And aside that, um this one as well, we're giving it a padding. Can you see it makes more sense now? We still move the image in the carousel. I'm adjusting the width to 23M. Let's look at what it's looking like presently. The images in the carousel, I'm adjusting the width. All right, can you see that it's already overshooting as well? So I'm adjusting the width again in this place. Now it's within. It's in shape now. It's in shape. All right, the business transform section, the button inside. Let's scroll back up. Business transform. I think that was the first section. All right, this button inside now is what we're styling. I'm adjusting the margin top. I'm reducing the margin top and the margin left. The margin top and the margin left is what I'm adjusting now. Okay, or let me see. Is it the one? Yeah, business transform. It should be the one. It should be the one. Let me just be sure. I click on it here, or even if I over it. Let me see. Is it? Well, let's just check our HTML. Business transform. I mean, when the styles are so many, sometimes I just kind of get to mix them up. So it's normal. My brain is not a computer. Business transform. Okay, yeah. I think that's yeah, it's the one. It's the one. This is it here. Business transform. So that button inside is what we're dealing with now. Looks good though, but we're just adjusting the margin left and the margin top. So okay, let me save and let's look at what it looks like. The difference should not be much anyway. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Next, um, let me see again. Minus 3m and minus 3 to the left. Okay, let me fix that error like that. Let me save again. Let me reload again. Maybe it was an oversight from my end. Okay. Aside that, I adjusted the H1 and the paragraph. All right. Okay, I understand. I mean, I was wondering that I know I made a few mistakes, but not this kind of mistake. Okay. So the H1, I adjusted the margin left. This is the H1. I adjusted the margin left. And then this paragraph now, I adjusted it and I give it margin bottom of 5m. So it's going to space out that bottom. I mean, I was wondering that what just happened. Okay. So, all right. Because I knew I had it all. I checked everything properly before I started the videos. All right, now, so we're done with 450 pixel below. Let's look at it from top to bottom. How it looks from top. Everything is in place. It's well aligned to the center. Um, Success story, carousel, now a column, and then this one, and finally the footer. All right, we're fine. Now let's now scroll. The next one we're doing is for screen sizes below 400. Now, right now we're dealing with phones now, mobile phones. Mobile phones are the ones that have screen sizes that are as low as even 250 sometimes. So most times I always prefer to write my media query up to max width of 200. So that's where we're going to stop. So I had a styling instruction for screen sizes below 400 pixel. All right, as usual, we define it, and then the first thing we're adjusting again is the image, the first image in the product choice section. I'm adjusting the width and I'm adjusting the margin left property. So let's scroll back to the top. Image, where are you? Okay, this image now. So it's kind of looking too slim. So I think I'm increasing the width to 18m, but I'm adjusting the space, the margin by the left. So this is what I have. Can you see? It's wider now and it makes more sense. Next, the H1 in the success stories width of 90%. Let's look at what that looks like before adjustment. Success stories. All right, it could be actually boring. It could be actually stressful having to scroll, Okay, but this is the H1. H1, I believe. This is the H1. Is it? No, this is the H1 rather. Okay, so I adjusted the width. All right, to 90% now, and it's fair. It's fine like this. Let me show you. Let me show you what's. I removed this. I want to show you. I want to show you because you might be wondering that what difference did it make. I'm going to remove that, and apparently the width of it, can you see what it's looking like? It's overshooting, and because of that we're having some space by the left. This space it's not going to look good on the mobile. Can you see that everything is now having abnormal space? Can you see? Just that little thing, that little excessiveness can actually mess up the view on mobile, and you don't want the user to start scrolling. It won't make sense. Look at every other thing. So it's not really aligned. We want something perfect. So obviously this guy is overshooting. So that's why I had to, reduce the width of the H1 to 90%. And then the entire success stories now, I'm giving it a padding left of 8M. I want some space, or I'm adjusting the space by the left to 8M. That's within. Can you see the space within? There's more space now by the left. It's not so close to the end of the page again. So apparently looking at it, I think it makes more sense now. It's all aligned, and then it's not overshooting to the left or to the right. Continuation, back to the image. Now the image, we're always adjusting the image in the carousel. Now the image in the carousel as well, we're adjusting the width to 20M and the height to 15M. So I'm gonna save, and let's look at what we had initially. Okay, it's also, can you see, it's also overlapping, it's also shooting out. So I refresh now after I've saved, and it now comes into place. It's inside that div, it's not overshooting the div. All right, I think we are making progress. In case you're finding this tiring or boring, please don't. You'll get used to it, and then the more you practice, and you'll actually find it interesting over time. All right, we're also adjusting the UL in the footer. I'm adjusting the width to 10M. So let's look at what the UL looks like. By the way, I mean, even if it's boring, actually it's your job. It's your job as a front-end developer. You just must ensure that everything is perfect on all screen sizes. So you probably should just get used to media query. And I think personally, from experience, my media query code is always even more than the main CSS styles I write initially. When I think I'm done and I've spent so much time, when I now start writing media query, I spend far more time on media query. But when I'm done, I feel good. Even yourself, you feel good. You feel proud to share the project to someone. Like, okay, you might want to host it on a website and shares with somebody, like, okay, look at what I designed. And most likely we are going to be sharing it with it. And that's what makes this thing very important, because when you are sharing it to somebody to see, most people view sites on mobile. People hardly get to view things on laptop these days, except when necessary. But everybody is going about with mobile. So I think literally the mobile view should be like, you should ensure that by all means it is perfect. So I think why I'm increasing the width of this UL is it's kind of short. That's why it's breaking to the next line. So I refresh now, and then can you see there's more space it can occupy. If I give it a border, you will see the space it's occupying. So apparently I've adjusted it back to 10M. Next, now let's go. I think we're done with 400. We're going to 350. I had a styling instruction for extremely small screen sizes below 450 pixel. All right, now, so first of all, let's inspect what we've done so far. It's looking good all the way. Still looking good. Looking great. Looking success stories. This one is looking good as well. I like this. I think this place is just naturally always looking beautiful. I love it so much. All right, this place is also looking aligned, and the top as well is also looking perfectly aligned. All right, now, so we're going below 350. So let's start from, let's do something like, okay, this is 301. If you notice that there is now some space in here that we don't want, and that is because something, if you look, can you see that this one is already overshooting, and that's why it's creating this vacuum. So that's why you always have to check properly. Something would always mess it up. This image now, for instance, can you see it's also overshooting. So I'm sure majorly the business transform image and the carousel image is what we'll be dealing with here. Okay, max width of 350 pixel. All right, the learn more div to start with. I'm adjusting the height to 25M. Let's look at what the learn more div looks like currently. Okay, it's too short. Remember, this button is supposed to be here, but because it's too short now, there's no space for the button to stay, so it's kicking it out, and it is also creating a vacuum here. So first increase the length, the height rather, height to 25M. And now the button, we're going to give it a width of 90%, so it's going to take space. It's going to be very fast this time around. Now look at what happens when I refresh the page. It's longer now. It can accommodate the button, and the button is also fatter. But there's still this margin. There's still this excessive unwanted space, and that's because of all of these images. So next, the learn more div. Okay, I adjusted the height of the learn more div and the footer, and apparently, okay, let's continue the next video. I'm exceeding time already.